which is fair enough. But now it's part of the news. Now, obviously, it's not a fucking cross. They never get a cross section because they always get salacious. I tell you what's really funny with the local news. I'll point this out in a bit. But on the national news, you get salacious, whatever salacious thing you're pushing in the news to up your ratings, or to promote the agenda of a government that's going. You better fucking tell them this is happening today, otherwise we'll fucking kick off and take your money off you. You know, the BBC. They don't get a proper cross section of people. They get people who say like really outlandish things, and they'll stick one person in who's dumb, and you know, that's fair enough, just to give a bit of balance. And then whatever the how they edit these little vox pops ends up being like part of their narrative, and like, oh, the people on the street are saying this. I'm gonna ask you out there, if I'd love you if you're on Facebook and have a look at my Facebook. Just leave a comment if you've ever been vox popped. Actually, I'm saying this. I know someone who was this week on local news about bands eating chips outside a school or something. I think it's Heaton Manor. They're trying to stop. They're trying to close. I think they're trying to close fast food outlets within a 500-meter radius of the school because kids aren't eating at school and they're getting chips for fucking a quid or whatever. You know, yeah. Anyway, and she was on that. Anyhow, but on the whole, have you ever been approached by a survey for a TV program? Whether it's like to do anything regarding ratings or just your opinion, or any poll. They're going about these polls. 98% of the country. Like, hang on. 98% of the country haven't been asked fuck all. You fucking arsehole. You wouldn't know what 98% of the country was thinking because you haven't asked 98% of the country. Vic Reeves, that man of words of wisdom and humour, said it was just one of there's no fat on this joke, right? Vic Reeves, I think it was on a Guinness advert as well, actually. He says, I think it was like 83.6% of all statistics are made up on the spot. That's just the best joke ever. Just fucking pure genius. Because it encapsulates everything about the joke that's funny and also true. Because for humour to be genuinely funny, you know, there's got to be a bit of truth. You know, pain, controversy, you know, push the boundaries and shit. Anyway. Oh, this song's mint. Yeah, dude. That's her. Bless her cotton socks. Oh. That's funk. Walking. Oh. Fucking miss DJing and this. We used to put them on before we had gigs as well, just like play them. Anyhow. Yeah, so now the news has gone fucking crazy bonkers where it's like, it's so easily it's just bullshit. If you know anything about the way the world's going, the news is just a joke. And like Newsnight used to be the go-to like definitive authoritarian like investigative reporters and all that stuff. It's utter dodgy old wank now. So what they did, and the day-to-day, Armando Iannucci, I think maybe David Quantick was involved, Stuart Lee was, I think, a lot of great writers. I want to burp again. Pardon me. It's this coffee. I'm going to slurp my coffee as well. Oh, it's delicious. Stuart Lee, the day-to-day was like a parody of where the news was and how it was. Like, look at it. It was such a parody that, like, it was like stamping. It was like a timeline sort of stamp saying news is getting fucking stupid and it's going to end up going this stupid if we just don't watch what we're doing. And if you get the DVD, on the extras, there's a bit where they actually use it. They were saying, oh, it's so accurate, the way the format they use and all that stuff. They use it even like tongue-in-cheek, we use it to train our prospective newsreaders or people who want to work in news media. But the thing is, and I think Armando himself said, oh, it'll be very worrying if news actually got to this state, and it's now, it's gotten so bad. Newsnight is now a parody of fucking the day-to-day. It's just clearly it's like the Sun but on fucking TV. Actually, no, that's more like Sky News. BBC, where's BBC? It's nudging sort of Daily Mail territory. I wouldn't say Express, because that's fucking borderline fascist. But, it's preposterous. What they've done, Channel 4 News have done this all week as well, last week. The TV media basically said, well, you'll know the story. Jeremy Corbyn, I'm going to pump. I've got wind everywhere. Might be nerves because I'm speaking to you now on the microphone. Jeremy Corbyn is against the war. And to be honest, I think there was something like 30 Labour and Tory MPs are against the war as well. So in order to go for Syrian airstrikes, Cameron needs Labour on board. So this might be funny. You might actually have the opposition, who've got blood in their hands, some of them, from the Iraq war, actually not being less of an opposition under Corbyn than the backbenchers of the Tories themselves. It's fucking warped. So what the press did last week, Corbyn's all for. This is like, he's against war, but he's also for measured fucking responses, and he thinks he's a thinker. He doesn't have spin doctors telling him what to think, and he doesn't say, well, such and such has told us we should do this, so we'll fit the agenda around that. He thinks, and like all political leaders, war should be the very, 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 very last response. Very last, and it's not. It's not. Like I said last week, what happened in Paris is despicable. But all we're going to do by going over to Syria and bombing shit, just adding to the melee, is we're going to give these fucktards who sympathise with ISIS an excuse to carry out shit. Now tonight, one of the MPs has even flat out said, well, that's more than likely going to happen if we do that. But in the long term, don't go, in the long term we'll be safer. Because we won't. We said that after fucking 9/11 and going into Iraq and Afghanistan, it's not gotten safer. We need to get the fuck out of the Middle East. Simples. You know what I mean? Anyway, so what they did last week, Corbyn went flat out, like, I'm not doing this, lads, you can fuck off. I'm not doing it. And then he said he wasn't going to use the whip, and then he did. He got like... So what you've got people within the Labour Party who flat out are anti-Corbyn, no matter what he fucking says. He could say, we found a way of making money for every homeless child and parent, whatever, in the country to be given swans for Christmas. There's still people in the Labour Party who are going, nah, I don't like him. And all it is, he's uncorruptible. He doesn't play their game. And they all, to be honest, they'll be thinking now, got a lot riding on this fucking war. Because they've all got investments in dodgy little pies. They're all doing consultancy work for dodgy little companies who have investments in dodgy little pies. Because now we're getting to a stage with the way I've been going about capitalism before. The way it's gone totally apeshit. You'd be very hard pushed to find any large company that isn't in some way corrupt. Because that's how it can only. That's how it perpetuates. It's like a virus. You can have. It's big. It's greed becomes immune to fucking the fucking antibiotics of fucking legislation that'll help people. It's like no. But it finds a way to get around it. And there's a clip, I might put it on at the end, of Osborne when he was in opposition and Labour announced the inheritance tax. Or was it the mansion tax? But there was a clip on the Daily Politics of Osborne talking into camera, breaking the fourth wall. Oh well, we know how. There's ways to get around that, and we can. He was telling the British public how to tax dodge, and he was the Shadow Chancellor. Now, for all of John McDonnell's flaws, and there are quite a few, he's not such a scumbag as to fucking tell people how to dodge tax. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly what I'm saying. But yeah, so the press last week, Corbyn then, he sent a letter to the MPs saying, like, lads, I've had a think and I can't really go nah. Not a convincing case by Cameron anyway, but there's no chance I can be leader of the Labour Party. And agree to do this. And the anti-Corbynites, this is how bad it is. They're willing to destroy the Labour Party to get Corbyn out, because that's what's going to happen. When Corbyn, because I think it's inevitable now, when Corbyn is stabbed in the back, maybe even, not even metaphorically, when Corbyn is stabbed in the back and is no longer leader of the party, there's going to be a massive backlash. Because Corbyn hasn't just got new people going about, oh, there's been so many new Labour members, Labour leadership membership applications since he joined and all that stuff. There are lots of new members in Labour, yes, but the ones in Labour already who've been there for ages, waiting for fucking this type of leader to come across, they're voting for him. And even the ones who aren't what you'd call the Corbynista, is what they keep saying. It's doing my fucking tits in. Even they don't want to go to war. It's just the Parliamentary Labour Party. Are they saying, oh, well, we're democratically elected? Well, if you're democratically elected and we are about to send the kids of those people you've been elected by, or people who have actually voted for you as well, who have voted you in, you might want to consult them. So if you're being so democratic, and you're like, well, they're being so democratic they're ignoring the fucking membership. Well, if you're pulling that card, go and ask your fucking constituents. I bet you didn't do that over the weekend, did you? I bet you didn't have an emergency fucking meeting with your constituents saying, right, there's a possibility we're going to war, we might have to say yes, what do you think? Because you know fucking fine well that your constituents, the people who voted you in, would say no. In overwhelming numbers. So what you've got, Corbyn trying to change the democracy of the party, which every party should do, you know, because the Tories, the other option is bullying people to the fucking deaths. And that's what's happened with the fucking Tories. He was a rogue. He was a bad apple. No, he wasn't a fucking bad apple. It's a bad barrel, motherfucker, that creates bad apples. And if you get one bad apple, you spoil a lot. So I'm actually more